need to mute it.
Do we like cut? Hey guys, this is the lounge. This is Mercy right here. I'm Dre. Come lounge with us. We're gonna talk about a bunch of different stuff, serious and unserious. Mostly unserious, but
Mostly unserious. I don't know how much serious it'll actually be.
yeah, we will find out.
Yeah, just don't take anything that we say seriously.
Yeah, please.
Please.
So yeah, let's start with a quick rain check here. How's your day been so far?
A quick rain check.
Yeah,
You know what the rain check
nah,
is?
I really don't.
Rain
let's
check.
go with it.
Oh, we're changing the definition.
Yeah, let's go with it. Let's go with it.
You're asking me.
How you doing? Yeah.
I'm
How's been your
good.
day so far? What you been up to?
Chill. Today I just had a really good breakfast. You know, because I'm really good at making breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to, I guess we went together to the MIA, Minneapolis Institute of Art.
Okay.
It was very beautiful there. That was the last day of the Art in Bloom, so we got to see some pieces in there, and then they're like floral. What word did I use? Like floral put together.
Floral arrangements.
Floral arrangement. People take a piece and then make it in a floral arrangement, and it was beautiful. And then we went to the store after, and then we came home.
What'd you think about MIA?
I thought it was great. I like museums. It's just the parking was insane. There was like no paid parking. You had to just fend for yourself. I was driving, so Dre wasn't even. I just hit my mic. I would mention things and be like, "Huh." Yeah, there's no help. But found us a great spot. This is what I do. So, tell me about your day.
Woke up bright and early. Let's see here, 6:38 technically, but then went back to sleep. You know, because it's my day off. I gotta get as much sleep as I can. The beauty sleep is important, man. You know, self-care. Anyways, woke back up around 8 and went through my morning stuff, and then we went to MIA. There was hella people. Something I'm not a big fan of personally.
I could tell.
I hate being around a lot of people.
It was a little overwhelming. It was a zoo in there.
Yeah. They're just bumping into a bunch of people. I liked the art. It was cool. I'm more of a sculptures person though. I'm not really a painting person. So, seeing it was cool and all, but like, it wasn't like the one that's close by your place.
The Walker.
Yeah, the Walker.
I
like you could interact with it a little bit better.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I feel like that one's mostly like paintings or like stuff on the wall.
But I feel like I like enjoyed their artwork a little bit more.
Oh, okay.
But maybe I just kind of went into MIA kind of like
with expectations, maybe.
Yeah, maybe that, or just maybe I was just overwhelmed by so much that I couldn't really take it.
It was so much bigger than the Walker, and
yeah,
there was a lot going on.
But yeah, so overall, I mean, is it like a free thing? Can we go back anytime?
MIA is always free, yeah.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. So we can always go back anytime.
It's like I don't know how much of a zoo it is usually.
We could try to go back when like the weather is better.
Yeah,
because the weather's ass right now.
Yeah, it's not great.
So
Minnesota spring. Minnesota. This is my first Minnesota spring, y'all. Just so you know. I'm a transplant.
I'm a vet, so. Which is it?
I'm a transplant.
You're a transplant?
Yeah. That's what they use out down in Arizona.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're not too far from Minnesota, though.
No, very much.
Yeah, I was going to say.
It's warmer from where I'm from, the Sioux City. It did not snow as much as here. Yeah. And, yeah, it's just warmer down there.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna go with this. Ladies first with this. So
Okay.
how we're doing this is we're gonna just discuss whatever we decide to discuss. Fun or not fun. Um, and yeah, we'll just kind of go from there.
Yeah. Like go every other, like I do in my topic Hebrews.
Yeah, yeah,
This will obviously be smoother as time goes
yeah. This
on.
is the beginning. You know, you gotta kind of be with us through our growing pains. But
hmm
you know,
Okay. It's just I feel like my topics aren't as good because you like yours
no
are
pressure. My topics aren't that good either.
okay. If you say
They're not good.
so. Now, my first one is womanism versus feminism. My first question for you is: have you heard of womanism?
No,
I just learned about it like a week ago.
what is it?
Let me look at the
Oh my
definition.
god.
No, because I'm gonna butcher it. But it's basically feminism, but for really only for people of color. Versus, because when feminism started, it was really like a white woman led
Mm-hmm.
movement, and
Mm-hmm.
there was really no space for black women. I think I even heard that like one of the leaders of feminism like said something bad about black women. Like,
Oh,
let's see if I can find that. But let me look up the definition. Okay. A form of feminism that emphasizes women's natural contribution to society, used by someone in distinction to the term feminism and is associated with white women. So it's saying feminism.
say that one more time. My brain just did not connect.
A form of feminism that emphasizes women's natural contribution to society, used by some in distinction to the term feminism and its association with white women. So that's not really talking about. I don't know. I saw it on TikTok.
I was gonna say, oh my god,
Let me see this one. Let me
another
read this one.
TikTok combo.
Hudson Weems, I think it's some kind of scientist, identifies further differences between womanism and feminism, being womanism is family oriented and focuses on race, class, and gender, while feminism is female oriented and strictly focuses on biological, sex related issues, women and girls.
I was gonna say, what's the difference?
Let me see if I can find a TikTok. I want to see if I can find the one that I initially saw. Oh, wait. Oh! That doesn't work. I can't do them at the same time. Okay, well, now I know I can't watch TikToks. I had TikToks ready for us to watch,
Oh,
but it won't work with.
oh, I don't have TikTok on my phone. That's
Yeah.
tough.
Mm-mm.
Ooh. Okay, so going off of raw memory here.
Yeah, because my memory is so good. Basically, there just isn't great space for Black women in feminism. So there's another sector called womanism.
I guess my question is, in if we're talking about today's feminism, why is there not space for black women? I can understand when it first initially started because people weren't proactive with African Americans, but like now, I think the conversation of um, people of color have been such a common conversation, and it's a lot different compared to then.
It is different, yeah.
So
I think just feminism is a little bit more broad. Um, I don't know. This definition here says a form of feminism focused especially on the conditions and concerns of Black women. I mean, womanism is I think is probably needed. Even though I just learned about it literally like a week ago, because there are just issues that when Black women face that white women just don't have to consider.
like,
Hair.
mm-hmm.
So in the workplace, Black women's hair can be discriminated on, against, and considered unprofessional. That's why there's the Crown Act. I don't know if you've heard of the Crown Act.
It sounds familiar.
Yeah, there's a Crown Act that outlaws any kind of discrimination against hair in the workplace, because Black women's hair can be deemed as unprofessional, like dreads or certain box braids.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the Crown Act is going like state by state and just putting in laws that protect Black women and how they do their hair in the workplace.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a really cool thing. I kind of follow it. I get emails every once in a while when bills are passed in different states. Personally, I've never been discriminated against for my own hair, which is great for me. But like, I know that my first job back in Sioux City, there was a total of 3 Black women.
Mm-hmm.
And while I was there, personally, not that anyone went out of their way to make me feel uncomfortable, but I did feel uncomfortable doing things with my hair. At that time, my hair was short, so I didn't. Before then, I would always do, box braids, or I would do any and everything with my hair. But while I was working there, I didn't want to because I didn't want the comments. And that's something that I faced in high school. It got better in college, but I hated coming to school with my hair done and people gawking over it and asking to touch it or touching without even asking, which that's what happened most of the time. But it just made me feel uncomfortable. It's just unnecessary attention. And the first job I got here in Sioux City, or sorry, here in Minneapolis, I worked with a bunch of, I think predominantly everyone was like a person of color or black. I think it was a mostly black staff. And I loved their nonchalance with my hair because I would change it and I'd come to work literally no one about an eye. I wouldn't even get a compliment, which is fine with me. Like, I don't want any attention with my hair. I want to change it and I want to have it the way I want to, obviously. So, that kind of got off topic, but that's an example of something that womanism would cater to.
Okay.
Yeah, we've had conversations before about like feminism. Dre doesn't identify as a feminist.
I'm not a feminist, no. I'm sorry.
Red flag. You do identify as a minimalist, though?
Minimalist, and no.
Okay.
I don't identify as either or. I think that when I hear feminists and when I hear meninists, it feels like it's so focused on one party, and it's just, I feel like they both affect each other directly and indirectly, that it's hard to just focus on one side because the other side is also affecting the other side. So if I was to support, if I was to claim myself as being a feminist, then to me it feels like I'm dismissing any of the struggles men go through. There are a lot of things that men go through in life that doesn't get discussed often, and or isn't normalized, and that doesn't get discussed, and so due to it not being discussed, it goes, you know, under the rug. No one notices it, but those things that aren't being discussed indirectly affect women at times. So if there was more proactive conversations on men men struggles, then it could possibly indirectly help reduce some of the things that women go through. But it's not a complete answer, which is why I think that it's also important to understand what the women's struggles are as well, because those women's struggles can indirectly affect men's struggles. They both go hand in hand, so it's hard for me to be like, oh, I'm a feminist.
I do think it's important to mention too, like, I guess your stance doesn't really come from a place of like bitterness.
No.
I assumed. I was like, what the heck?
I don't like the idea that if you aren't supporting something, or if you don't claim or label as something, it's not like you're not against it. Like, just because you're not technically like labeling yourself as it doesn't mean you're completely against it. You just maybe have a different perspective, or maybe you don't agree with the way they go about it, but you understand the purpose behind it. Mm-hmm. It's like I don't know too much about it, but like, it's like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. There's two different ways of going about it, but you know that at the center of it, they just want a solution.
Equality, equity.
Yeah. So some people might not be for Malcolm X. They might not mess with Malcolm X at all, but
they don't hate him.
They don't hate him. They also understand and they want to help in different ways. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of how I look at it.
I think the assumption, I mean, at least for me, comes because like today everything's so polarized. So it's like if you're not one, you're automatically the other, and you hate the one that you're not. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So, it is what it is. But I think, once again, I think society as a whole, it's sad to say this, but it's such a minefield of negativity that if you are against a party or a group, or you don't agree with a group, it's like you're immediately like the enemy,
Mm-hmm.
and there's no level of conversation that doesn't include insults, that doesn't include talking down or being a goody two shoes to where you can't learn. Like that's one of the hardest things about reaching out, because sometimes I might not be educated well enough in a certain fight, and I might not be on that team. But if I ask, what is this, or I might disagree with something, it's a little bit um what's it called? You get a little bit of like fear, or you don't want to learn something because you're afraid you're going to get talked down to. Like, oh, you don't know about this? You
Like
don't know that?
ridicule.
Yeah, like ridicule that you're not educated well enough in it, or you're not doing anything, like you're not doing enough for it. And it's like maybe you just have a completely different perspective. Like like religion, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if I don't necessarily agree with certain religions, that doesn't mean I'm like your enemy. Like, do what you want to do what makes you happy, of course, as long as you're not harming anybody. But if I have a disagreement and you want to know why the disagreement, I'm gonna tell you why the disagreement, but it's in a place of understanding, to understand. So if I say I have a disagreement and then you just shit on me for having that disagreement, and then you make me feel stupid or try to make me feel stupid, I'm less inclined to hear you out about why you feel this way.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that you could do that with any subject. It's just constant, like, you're not on our side, fuck you.
Yeah. I will say though, I consider myself a feminist. So
Yeah.
I
Why
just
do you?
did,
Why? Okay.
I was
Tell
gonna
the people,
say
why do you feel
because
think that?
to me, well, feminism is just wanting equality and equity for women. I just say the civil definition, and that's fine with me. If people want to assume that I'm extreme, or like we should flip it and women are in charge, and we should have a matriarchy. If you want to assume that, that's fine. I don't really care what you think of me. I know what I believe in, and that's fine with me. I'm not pressed about it.
Mm.
But I do want to look more into feminism and see like if that's something I should identify more closely to. Because obviously I have Black people's interest in mind, because I identify as a Black woman. I am from the motherland, so.
How do you feel about Do you feel like only Black women can be in support of what's it called, womanism?
I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm a womanism professional, like I know everything
Yeah.
about it, but it seems like it's more for POC and Black women. I think if a Caucasian person, a white person, European descent person, trying to cover all my boundaries here, wanted to be in support of Black women, I think that's fine. But I think from what I know, the very little that I know, I wouldn't think a white woman should self-identify as a womanist. They can be supportive, but I don't think they should be like, I am a womanist. But what do I know? Can't say what to do. So
Fair enough. For sure, once we get a clear understanding of what womanism is, we could kind of dive deeper into it.
Mm-hmm.
But for the time being, it's just a thought to put out there. People could look into it and kind of get their own ideas from it. But yeah, it was interesting. A thing I didn't know about. I haven't seen it in my timeline.
That's why I spend time on TikTok. It's very informational.
It is, but
you watch TikToks on Instagram. You watch TikToks
hold on,
Twitter.
relax, chill out.
It's the same thing.
It's not the same thing. Instagram is completely different than TikTok. There's Instagram Reels, yes, but as soon as I could leave an Instagram Reel and then there'll be photos, and my brain can kind of restart itself.
I just swipe up and then I tap on Instagram.
Swipe up and tap on Instagram. That's way more steps than me, and that's a completely different app. I'm literally comparing one app to another app. TikTok, you can't leave reels. They're just constantly talking to you, and some of them talk to you so fast.
So you're telling me you have issues with your attention span? Is that what that is?
No, I actually have a really great attention span. You have a terrible attention span.
Prove it.
Prove it. All right.
You have no evidence here.
I have some evidence. What's a movie that you've seen by yourself?
A movie
A movie that
I've
you've
seen by
seen by
myself.
yourself in recently.
Was recently.
Recently, within the last year.
Last year. Listen, I'm just not a big movie person.
Oh, you're not a big movie
But
person.
I can sit here and think. Oh, I watched that one movie you told me to watch.
What one movie?
The one with a really good cinematic.
Can you name it for me? Because I'm not for sure what you're talking about. TikTok has ruined people's attention span, which is why I don't like TikTok. Every time you send me a TikTok on through iMessage, I click the TikTok, I watch the TikTok, and immediately after the TikTok, it runs through like 5 different videos within like a 5-second mark.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like crazy.
Whoa. Maybe you should just download the app so that you don't have to worry about.
Okay. I can't do that. It's actually like annoying. Not to mention they use like that weird filter thing with their voices that's like really mad annoying.
I like it.
I hate that voice.
Okay. Hate's a strong word.
No, I meant that.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't. If I had to wake up to that voice, oh my god. I don't even know what I would do. But it's not it. It's not it. I hate that voice so much. Oh, there's 2 different voices though. There's like the woman voice. Mm-hmm. And then there's like a.
It's like a.
Yeah.
Like a, I don't know.
I don't know. It's like a quirky like, guy's voice.
Yeah, it's like I don't even know how to.
But
I did just
you don't have to. You don't. You don't have to do that. But yeah, speaking of social media, my favorite place of social media is Twitter. There's a lot of toxicity on there, and I love toxicity as much as we just got done discussing, how people need to be, understanding. I will say, but like a healthy amount of toxicity.
Healthy amount.
Yeah, and about things that don't matter. If it matters, I don't want it to be toxic. But if it doesn't matter, I love it. I just love it.
Can you give us an example, sir?
Oh, what?
Of an example of a healthy, toxic conversation.
What men can't do. What men aren't allowed to do. That's a toxic conversation.
Yeah, that's not a healthy one.
No, it is, because no one's taking it serious.
Some people are.
That's
Andrew Tate followers.
They're stupid.
What's one of the ones that we were talking about the other day? Oh, I was saying that men can't take Benadryl.
Yeah, that's crazy. Men with allergies, I guess that's just not a thing. You just
gotta figure it out. You're supposed to man up.
I'm supposed to just handle it.
Yeah. With your manly testosterone.
That's not how that works.
Yeah.
But anyways, so I'm going through social media, and I've not social media, Twitter specifically.
Twitter.
And I found a tweet that I really liked, and I kind of wanted to talk about it.
Nice segue.
I wanted yeah, segue. I'm learning. I wanted to talk about it and get your kind of like your thoughts on it, and people at home, whoever's listening, you guys could think about this as well. So I saw a video of this woman air frying oatmeal cream pies. He called it Big Back Energy.
Big Back Energy?
Big Back Energy.
That's me! What the fuck? Why are you laughing so hard?
You're laughing too. Anyways, so my question to you is, what is the most Big Back Energy thing you've ever done with food? Like
making food,
yeah,
food.
just like you have 2 items of food and you decide to combine them, and then you're like super happy, you're eating it, you're like in like La La Land, and then shortly after that you just look in the mirror and just
what have I done?
Disgust.
Oh my gosh, you put me on the spot. I don't know if I really have anything that I like combine. For me, I don't know. I feel like I eat pretty.
Do you think you've ever ordered something that kind of gave you like, you eat it and you're like, damn, like I really like I don't think I've done anything like combine anything, but I know of 8 things where I'm like, I really didn't need to do that.
Yeah, like the whole thing.
Yeah.
I know sometimes, like last night, I was like, oh, I mean, I feel like, okay. So sometimes I have an example. You want to hear
Yeah, that's why I asked.
it? Sometimes when I'm eating, like I look at a food portion and I'm like, oh, there's no, like, I know if I eat slow, I'm gonna
You
get.
eat slow?
No, I know if I eat slow,
Oh.
I'm not gonna be able to finish this. So I just inhale because I don't want to waste it, and I don't want to have to reheat it later. I just don't want to deal with it later. I just want to get. I want to one and done this meal. So I eat fast so I can eat before I get full, and then I just eat the whole thing. And afterwards, I'm like, because when you, I think it's a thing where like as you don't like even if you're full, you may not know right away. Like there's like a delay from like your tummy to your brain.
No.
So that's why you don't finish your food because you eat slow and then you
Yeah, I
get
take my
full halfway
time.
through.
I take my time.
Well, sometimes I just want to finish the meal,
and I like I like to taste my meal though.
I taste it.
No, you're inhaling. You're like Kirby. For me, I like
Oh
to
my gosh.
really get the ingredients and textures and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, so that's my big bag energy. I eat fast so that I don't get full, and I want to be able to eat the whole meal. I've been working on eating slower. Starting
Have you?
on like Wednesday or Thursday. It's Friday actually. It's Friday. You were gone, and I was like, I'm gonna eat slow.
What's eating slow to you?
Swallowing before you take the next bite.
That's crazy. Whoa. Hey.
Or even like, because when I eat, I'll be chewing and I'll be getting the next bite.
You're getting Jesus.
So I think
You don't get
right
a drinking
now,
or anything. You gotta wash your tongue out.
Well,
Jesus.
drinking fills you up faster too.
Yo, a palate cleanser or something. You just.
So that's my next step. Right now, I'm working on chewing and swallowing before I take another
That's
bite.
crazy.
Then I'll work on chewing, swallowing, and then I'll pick up the fork and get another bite. I got a lot of big buck energy over here.
Yeah, I was gonna say you don't even need to combine anything. You already got it.
So my eating habits exude
big back energy for sure.
I feel like. Did you ever have anything? You're not a big foodie. You are a foodie.
Oh, nah, I got big back energy.
Oh, what is it?
You know me. Oreos, you put
oh my god, everyone does that.
Nah. You put a family size pack of Oreos and it's going to be gone. There isn't, it's not going to be there. If there is going to be, it's going to be like convinced. One row.
But people do that. I do that.
I've never seen anyone buy Oreos and erase it that same day.
Erase it that same day. I feel like I need a better example from you.
You need a better example from
me. I would say the way you handle your freaking habanero hot salsa, but also that's healthy. So it's like
I was gonna say.
Yeah, you go feral for that salsa though.
Yeah, don't tell me about that. Nah, yeah, I'm gatekeeping. Oh my god. Lesson for the people out there: don't tell people what is good to buy at grocery stores. It's just if you do that, everybody's gonna buy it, and then now you're not gonna have it
because there's so many people that's watching the pod.
Yes.
Okay.
I can't have that. Okay. I'm gonna be a sad man, and you don't want me to be sad, do you?
No.
Exactly. And for the people out there, you don't want to be sad either when you tell people, "Hey, buy these ingredients. It's the greatest thing ever," and then they buy it and they agree with you, and they tell their mama, they tell their brother. They tell their cousin. Next thing you know, a whole family is just erased an entire aisle.
Oh my gosh.
Now what you got left?
Oh
nothing.
My God.
You remember that day when we went to Cub and there was no habanero?
Is it because I told someone?
No, but the feeling of like, this is why I don't tell
people. The one time
it happened.
Oh my gosh.
I can't have it. It can't be a thing, man.
Poor thing. Oh, I can't imagine what you go through.
Anyways, so I guess I don't have a lot of big back energy things because even then, like I eat my food separately.
Yeah, like when we go to hibachi and you're supposed to mix everything together, he's like, "I'm gonna eat the salmon, I'm gonna eat the rice, I made the veggies. That's weird.
And
Or
then
like
wait. And then sometimes I'll take like a piece of something and then put it with the other piece too. I'll blend it sometimes.
sometimes. Heavy on the sometimes. And when
And I wash it down with liquids. And I don't drink it. I don't chug it. I just take, a quick
you
sip.
chug. When you drink water though, you chug.
Yeah, that's because I be thirsty most of the time. I don't be drinking enough water, high key.
I know. That's a
You
well-known
don't.
fact.
You ain't got. It's not a well-known
just-
fact. Not well-known fact.
Okay. Fine. I apologize.
Yeah, you should.
Do you forgive my apology?
No, I don't. Anyways, yeah. So, to sum up this conversation, think about what is the most big back energy thing you've ever done, and to reiterate, when you eat something and you look in the mirror afterward and you're just depressed.
What did I do?
Just what did I do? You just feel bad about yourself. You feel like you have to go on a run. You feel like you just gotta cleanse yourself somewhere.
Need to go and repent.
Yeah.
Get on your knees and repent.
Like it could be anything. You could just you bought a tub of ice cream and you just went through that shit. Just went crazy on that shit.
You eat pints in one sitting. That's a little bit of big.
No, not one sitting.
You did it yesterday.
No, that's half a pint. Because I already ate out of it a little bit.
Whatever.
See, you be lying to the people.
That's a lie.
You be lying to the American people.
American
and
people.
Other people who are not in America.
My cousins are British, so they're
British people.
And I have some cousins. Actually, they moved, but I have German cousins. So
German people.
And I have some family in Nigeria.
Okay. You be lying to everybody.
Let's also address my family in Nigeria. The
Nigerian people. African people.
Nigerian.
They're African.
Africa is a continent. Do you ever
African? I said African people.
Do you ever hear people saying North American people? No.
They probably said that.
No.
They probably said that.
Not as commonly.
I'm pretty sure.
People just view Africa differently, and it's naughty, and it's bad. And I'm not here for that. I'm going to stand up to them.
All right. You want like a sticker for that or something like that?
Yeah.
No, I ain't got it on me, so. Anyways, next subject. What you got? What's the next thing you got?
Don't bump me like that. You see how it's affecting my mic?
I don't care.
Okay, actually, it's not doing that anymore. Anyways, my next topic. I had a question for you based on your thing, but I can't remember it.
Based on big back energy?
I can't remember it. All right, I came across a TikTok the other day. Everything's from TikTok.
Oh my god.
Divine femininity. They're talking about how divine femininity is a scam.
Divine femininity is a scam. What is divine femininity?
So I can't really.
This is another one of those new terms that I'm just
now.
No,
it's not new.
Divine femininity.
I think it kind of just has to do with this is my best interpretation of it. Do not come for me. I'm sorry, I'm gonna butcher it, but it's kind of just leaning into your femininity, and talking about taking care of yourself and letting a man take care of you financially and just taking care of, for example, waking up and taking time to do your 15 step skincare routine. And then it's going to the kitchen and making yourself something that's good for your gut.
I got a question.
But
why is that considered feminine?
I don't know.
That's what I want to ask people in this world. Why is that considered feminine? Why is it considered feminine to take care of yourself? So you're saying men can't take care of themselves?
Not me.
What?
You gotta ask them.
The people who came up with the term divine femininity or whatever it's called. If you're taking care of yourself, it's called self-care. It's not feminine. It's not masculine. It's just self-care. If I wake up in the morning and I wash my face because I want to wash my face and I brush my teeth and I make myself a hearty breakfast, something that I really enjoy eating and it's good for me. I'm not feminine for doing that.
So you have a good skincare routine. I was just gonna say your skin is looking really good
Oh, thank
recently.
you.
Also, it's like not the winter and it's dry anymore, so maybe like you've been
No,
benefiting
no,
from.
no, no.
Well, I mean, you've
It's
been
just
doing it
me. I've
good.
been
Well,
routinely working
at
on it more
nighttime you get
consistently.
tired and you have been doing your skincare. I've
I do it
noticed.
after showers. Thank you very much.
Yeah, because you
So
shower
got
so
you,
often.
got you. Anyways,
This says the divine feminine is a feminine aspect of the divine power
I hate these terms.
that connects and binds the earth together.
What the?
In
Okay.
other words, it is the goddess energy that exists within all of us. Many ancient cultures have the divine feminine concept. Let's see, like examples. But it says within all of us. Maybe everyone
I
has
was
the
gonna say
divine
this
feminine.
sounds really just like self care.
Okay. So, how to tap in to divine feminine energy? Oh, where'd it go? It was listed on there. Let me just back up. Number 1, cultivate a sacred space. Find a place in your home where you can set a meditation pillow and create a little altar, even if it's just a candle.
What's it called?
Sacred space.
A sacred space.
Yeah.
That's like a man cave.
Yeah, but man caves are dirty and
No, they're
smelly.
not. Thank you very much. They're not dirty. Man caves are easily, or it doesn't even have to. Well, man cave could be anything. A
Do
man
man
cave could
caves have
be.
crystals and
I don't
sage?
believe in crystals and sage. A man cave is a sacred space for a man to do whatever he enjoys, whether it's watching a sport, taking part in a sporting event, taking part in some musical adventure, or shit. A safe space for a man is being in the garage working on a car that he's been working on for the past several months or years. That is a safe
Gotcha.
space for men. How is that feminine though?
I think there's probably a right term, like a right manifestation of divine femininity, and then there's like people's altered. Because then people have been talking about soft life. And soft life originated as like a term, a Nigerian term that's just like living a good life. Like it's nothing more than that really. And then it turned into having a man pay for everything and staying at home and taking trips with your
So
girlfriends
men can have soft
and
lives. We have to have the hard knock life.
what?
Yeah.
I'm
This is
just
what
saying,
I'm
like
hearing right
the
now.
evolution from what it was meant to be into what it is now. Like you see people on TikTok that are like, "This morning I woke up and I did my skincare routine, and I can take my time doing this because my husband or my boyfriend
It's
pays for
slaving
my."
away.
And then I went to the kitchen and made myself a matcha, and then I went and wrote down my goals. You just see that like glorified lifestyle on TikTok. But I think there's probably like a spiritual good. Like I saw like them talking about like, Hinduism and things of divine femininity. And maybe that's something that everyone has, but then people took it and they're like, I think. Oh, and the thing is, let me get back to the
I'm so
beginning.
disgusted right now. This is so nasty.
So what the TikTok was talking about was how people are using that to reinforce ideal conservative Christian values, where the man goes to work and the woman stays home and bears children and takes care of the home.
So they're saying that they don't want to reinforce that.
They're saying that people are using that to just mask, because there's kind of an ideal American lifestyle that people, want. Some people want, or they want everyone else to have, like, their American dream, the picket house, the
White picket fence.
white picket fence,
Yeah.
where the man works and the wife stays at the
Stays
home,
at home.
homemaker until she has kids, and she's a mother to
Yeah.
them, and
Yeah.
and I feel like people are pressed about that because there's so many different versions of families nowadays.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why they're trying to get. There's so many ways you could go off. But we're going away from that. People are not used to it. They're scared of it, and they're trying to come back to that like original way it's supposed to be. So then people glorify and kind of change the definition of divine feminine energy and use that to mask what they're trying to get people to do.
So is that what soft life is?
It kind of is too. That's another interpretation. It started off as one thing, and now it's looking like staying home, living a lavish life, while someone else is paying for it.
So I guess this goes back to how does this reflect for women who are feminists?
I don't know. I don't know if it's feminists that are promoting this life. I wonder if some feminists are promoting this life and not realizing that it goes exactly against what they. But I want to say, I mean, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. This is not what they're promoting. It's like people who are kind of traditionalists
Mm.
promote.
Yeah, I think that the idea of whatever this divine femininity, a feminine thing is, it's not it. I'm gonna be frank.
Yeah.
From what I've heard, the definition, they just kind of reused the word and found like a synonym for the
Mm-hmm.
word. It didn't really
Or made it fit
answer.
their
Yeah,
narrative.
it's just not like a. It just seems like we're dismissing the other half. Uh,
The reality of the
reality of life is
it's shit's expensive.
shit's expensive. Things are not easy. Things are not fun. That's the reality of life. We could
And
try to make it as good as possible, but
I
the
just
go ahead, go
I
ahead.
was gonna say I saw another TikTok talking about the women who glamorize staying at home, and they did. People forget or neglect to state that these women are also influencers. That's their job, and whether that provides financial security for them,
Mm-hmm.
or it's also paying the bills. Because people think that they're just doing this because they have nothing else to
Yeah, they're
do.
bored.
But this it's raking in money for them.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if their partners when paying for everything, they're gonna need some kind of cash themselves too,
Mm-hmm.
just to support them if things go south or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not as white and clean and cut as people make it seem to be.
Yeah, I think it's I think it's another weird thing to hear about the idea of another person, and I guess maybe this is just man brain taking over, but like idea of somebody you're proactively asking someone to take care of you.
Mm-hmm.
It gives off, as harsh as this may sound, it gives off like child vibes of like you want everything done for you.
Well, I guess it's like, at what point is it before you start dating? Is it when you're like dating and meeting people? Is it when you were dating and you're like, I don't want to
It's
work
a
anymore?
require when you make it a requirement that the only way you could have me is if you pay for this lavish lifestyle and you cover all the bills and you make my life as soft and easy as possible. That's what parents do. That's what parents
Mm-hmm.
are supposed to do.
Yeah, I see that same argument kind of for men who expect their wives to do everything.
Exactly. If you that's the whole thing. Where a man expects a woman to clean and cook and da da da, and rebuttal women are saying, "Oh, you're looking for a mother." That sounds like like motherly qualities. I can understand where they're coming from. But on the flip side, when you're asking men, "Hey, I need you to pay for everything. I don't want to pay for anything. If there's any money that I make, it's for me. Uh, it's my money. If I make it, but your money is my money as well." It just sounds like, okay, so you're looking for a father
Or even a sugar daddy.
or a sugar daddy, but it's still a father to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we need to get rid of that. Okay, I shouldn't say get rid of it, but we have to stop shaming people if they don't agree with that or fall in line with that ideology. Um, and I think that's the crazy part about society is we have so many like opinions.
Mm-hmm.
We're just so opinionated as human beings.
That's fine. We can't be forcing
Yeah,
people.
but once we start forcing our preferences on other people, then it becomes an issue, and then now everybody is like I hate dating conversations where it's like, your man should be doing this for you, and if he's not doing X, Y, and Z, then that's not the man for you. But it's like, no, that's not the man for you specifically. Other people in this world might not actually care, and they might value something completely different, and that's okay as long as as long as they're happy with what they have. If they're not happy, then of course you need to figure it out, get out of it. But like nowadays, it's just like if he's not uh, taking you out on a fancy dinner once a month, then he doesn't really love you. And there's women that really don't like going outside. They're more inside type people. There's like conversations where like if he's on a game all day, he's not doing anything with his life, and then it's just completely dismissing that there are gamer girls. There are girls that play games just as much as guys. So what are you saying about those women? you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's a healthy balance to everything, of course, but
Yeah.
everybody has their own things.
Yeah.
Why are we judging so harshly?
Mm-hmm. I feel like so something I've like learned from like our many conversations is like everything boils down to a preference.
Yeah, pretty
You
much.
can't sit here and tell the people what to do because it doesn't work for them. Everyone has different lifestyles, different needs, different wants. Everything boils down to a preference.
I think this kind of leads into a different conversation, but like, what's I can't remember the word for it. What's the difference between having a preference and being a colorist?
I don't know. Damn. I'm serious.
Yeah,
I think you're asking me.
yeah, just like
I think
it's like a curiosity thing. I don't have an answer or anything
oh
to it.
sure. I think the difference is just like the level like it's just when hatred comes in. Like my preference is black men. I don't hate white men.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna say it. I my type is black men because I hate how white men do it. No. I just like black men. Period point blank.
Yeah.
So that doesn't make me colorist. It's just like prefer black men and but colorist is like oh, like or well, okay. Do you mean like racist or colors? Colors is
Well,
kind of within the black community.
because I was gonna say colors. Like I've seen situations where some women will be like, I can't date a light skin because they just are too sensitive or da 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 da.
Oh.
And it's funny initially, but when you really think about
Yeah,
it and you boil it
no.
down to it, it's like so you're just
Yeah, all
dismissing all light skins because you assume that they're all sensitive. So you only mess with dark skins because they have some kind of like energy about them.
yeah.
That's colorism.
Yeah, that is colorism.
So then it just makes me wonder, like, that's such a big conversation when it, at least in the black community, when it's like when we see black women, where the light skinned women are like more are like in music videos,
Mm-hmm.
are more likely in like modeling, or
They're like the prize
they're essentially the
at that
prize.
point.
Uh, and it's a big discord on how this colorism when men do it, and it's like I totally agree. I see that shit all the time. I was actually looking at like old music videos of just certain rap songs, and a lot of those songs they were like
I
like
can't fuck
mid
with black
brown.
bitches. Oh.
Well, no, oh my god,
My bad.
they were like mid brown skin to like light skin. I
Mhm.
didn't see any dark skin women,
Mhm.
so it was just kind of like this is a real issue. And lately I've seen a little bit more dark skin, but it's just like it's not the same as it was or as it is on the other side. But then when we discuss it with men, and it's kind of like men also face it not necessarily as openly as women, but men face it, and when it comes down to relationship stuff,
Yeah.
and it's just like why are we like this?
Yeah. Stupid little. Yeah, I'm not good at that.
Black is black.
Black is black. And then it's like, how black are you really? That's something.
That's
I was
another
gonna
crazy
say,
topic.
can I throw something in there?
Go ahead. That's another crazy
That's something
topic.
that I have struggled with since like the day I came onto this earth. My parents are immigrants. They're Nigerian immigrants. I was made in Nigeria, but I was born here. I was born here a month after my parents came. And so I was raised predominantly around white people, white school, white church. I didn't really have any friends who were like first gen like me. I had made some in Sioux City, but like they were Ghanaian and just not Nigerian. So like I wasn't raised around Nigerian community. I didn't learn the culture, the language, none of that. So it made me an outsider to that aspect. Also, like I was black, so I was too black for the white people. But then I wasn't black enough for the black Americans because they have a different experience than I do. So it's like I just had an identity crisis for the longest time. I didn't know who I fit in with, who I should hang out with, how I should act. And like getting older, I was like, well, I do want to like connect with my culture, my roots, that kind of thing. I want to learn the language. I want to listen to the music. I want to visit, and I started learning Yoruba. That's the language my parents speak, Yoruba. And I learned a little bit. I would practice with like my family or like my parents or with family friends, my uncle, my aunt. And when you practice around the people who speak fluently, they think it's cute, but they laugh. And it feels like they're laughing at you while you're being vulnerable and trying to learn a language. So then it discourages you from learning. I stopped learning it. I tried for a few months. I think almost up to a year, and I gave up because I wasn't given or able to have that safe space where I could practice, you know? So, where did we start? Where did we start with that?
Just the idea of, the identity crisis of being black. You
Mm-hmm.
know, you're not black because of X, Y, and Z.
Yeah. So I never really felt black enough for Black Americans. I didn't feel Nigerian enough for Nigerians. It's just like, what the heck? So I've always like longed for first gen African friends who didn't quite grow up in that community while they were raised here. They know some things, they don't know a lot, you know, so I can learn from them and also teach them what I know. But I've yet to make those friends. I moved to Minnesota hoping that I'd find those people, but apparently there's just not black people here or whatever. It's just funny because I live in Sioux City, I live in Sioux Falls, and those are just there's no black people there. I moved here thinking that there's diversity, which I still think there's diversity here. But Dre's like, nah, there's no black people here. Not no black people, but
I was gonna say
not enough.
there are black people here, but it's not the kind of black people maybe you're describing.
But I feel like those black people you're talking about would give me a culture shock. I feel like moving to Atlanta, to DC, that would give me a culture shock.
But to me, that's like not, like for me specifically, that's kind of the black people I was thinking of.
It wouldn't that give you a culture shock because you have the same, you know, you're around white people too.
I grew up around a lot of white people, but the difference is between you and I is my family themselves were black, like African Americans. So a lot of the culture is still given to me in ways, but it's just small doses. Like it's only within home. Outside of home, there's nothing. But like at home, I grew up watching like different black entertainment things, BET, 106 in Park, all the fucking Tyler Perry movies there is.
I've watched some of those. So like in a black setting, you would feel comfortable.
Black, yeah. Well, I would feel comfortable for the most part because I get it, but there's a part of me that doesn't feel comfortable because of the way I speak. So that's where I will fall victim into the idea that maybe I'm not black enough because I might speak a little bit more, maybe proper is the term, or I just have more of like an uppity personality.
You don't have an uppity personality.
I don't have an uppity personality. I really don't like people.
Introvert.
I'm an
but
introvert.
Like, that's the thing I wanted to address too. Like talking white, I got that all the time. That pisses me off. How can you talk a race?
Yeah,
I hate that.
It's just associated with being able to speak properly, and even then, I still don't feel like I speak properly. I'm a little bit more well spoken than maybe some people assume. Looking at me at times, but I still have like a slight speech impediment, or I just don't know words properly.
I don't think you know words, and I don't think it's a speech impediment. I think it's just maybe sometimes you don't know how to apply them. But big words are hard.
Big words are hard for sure. But I think that was just like my biggest thing when it came down to interacting with people of color. Because another thing, growing up, there was only like 3 black people in my school, and most of them were adopted. So their families were white. So they weren't even introduced to really black culture either. So even though they were black, I still couldn't relate to them in a sense of like, hey, you've seen this movie, you've seen just any fucking movie that black culture has, whether it's like Men in Black, or not Men in Black, like Boys in the Hood, or like what the hell is that movie called? Bad Boys, or watching certain TV shows like Martin, not Degrassi. That's crazy.
Oh.
What are you doing?
Up in...
No, that's
Bel Air.
Yeah, that's Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
I didn't watch that.
I think everybody's seen that though. I think white people seen that.
Oh, okay.
But when I like discuss like Martin, for example, I don't think people have seen Martin. So there's certain things where I'm like, okay, well, I can't really relate to you, but at the same time, I'm so ingrained with the white culture as well because I have friends that way that I can kind of blend well. And I understand what they're talking about because I also spend time watching that stuff as well. So when I finally move and I interact with black people that actually grew up in a black household, that have that, that kind of family system, then it's like, all right, I gotta like I gotta like remind myself that like I belong here. You know, I'm a black man. The moment I step out, the world sees me as a black man. So, and if I speak proper, I think that's the thing that's been improving over the years. That just because a black man speaks proper doesn't make him white.
Mhm.
But at the same time, that is an issue that I've been faced.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah,
Yeah, I love
the
that for
black
you.
identity, man.
Yeah,
It's
it's
really complex.
complex.
It's really
Jinx, you owe
complex.
me.
No, I don't.
Don't wear Santa. Put on a big coat.
I think another interesting thing, learning about uh, Mercy's, childhood and how men and women interact uh, in her culture or Nigerians and how
African
Africans, I
yeah.
guess, and then how African American culture is, how those two people interact and kind of how we go about it, and it's just really like it's a shock for both of us, and it was just kind of like a learning curve for us to kind of really fully get to know each other.
Yeah, because I expected like not great things from you because of what
Yeah,
I've seen and what I've been around.
yeah,
Because African, yeah, I'm gonna explain out to African. African culture is very toxic. It's very male dominated. It's very men have control, women don't, and men can do whatever they want to women, and women are just expected to take it. And I'm just that's not what I'm going for or what will allow. So,
hmm and I think there is a part of African American culture that is like that,
mm-hmm.
but then there are other there's like a whole other side where it's like the man does everything for the woman. Um, don't do anything that'll piss the woman off, because it's your ass.
Or she'll key your car.
That too, I
I'll
guess.
just sit at your car. How that one song go? Anyway,
You think I'm going to sing that song?
you want to sing to me?
No, not right now. If it's a song that I really like, I'll sing
Go
it to you.
serenade me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There are things that I just feel.
I literally was thinking of one
general,
the other day. Oh my god, you like my mind? Okay. Good.
there are things that I feel like, not necessarily just being too old to do things, but like just just feeling old in general. I just feel old. Like never in my life I've slept, woken up, had a sore neck, and that lasts longer than a day. My shit lasted for weeks.
Mom.
I was like, why?
He got an orthopedic pillow. I lent him my 90-degree glasses so he could lay down and like see his phone.
Yeah,
oh my god.
Yeah, it was really bad, and I really was like, damn. 27 is no joke.
Mm-hmm.
20. I can't imagine what I'm going to be like hitting 40 or 50. Like I'm going to be broken down.
Double knee replacement.
All right. Well, my right knee pretty good, but my left knee is shot. I can't do shit with my left knee. But just the idea that like my body is already deteriorating at age 27, I'm just getting too old to do things. So like when Mercy's like doing this shit right here, where she got her legs folded up, I'm just like, I can't even. If I wanted to, I couldn't even do it. Or like when we were at the store and you were looking at the bottom aisle.
That was crazy, bro.
Hey, whatever's down there is down there. I can't.
It's beyond me.
It's beyond me. I can help you with the top shelf. I can do that, but I can't help you with the bottom shelf. That's just not it for me. So there's just a lot of things I'm like realizing like another thing. No, I'm gonna let you go because there's another thing that I'm like slowly like realizing that I'm either like I'm getting too old or I'm just realizing I'm getting old.
Okay.
What do you
see? Mine were like kind of like I was thinking this is going a different direction, but that's fine. I'll give mine too. It's just kind of like things I refuse to do now that I'm a certain age.
Yeah.
Yeah. So something I'm too old for, like I won't do anymore. Is we go to Sioux Falls a lot for different baby showers, weddings, whatever it is. And I have college friends there, whether they're graduated or they live in a college house and they're still in school. And I was just talking to Zoe about going back for a wedding, and we were figuring out where we're going to stay because I have family there that I can stay with, but it looks like they're going to be busy. So Zoe suggested staying with a college friend who's currently in college, who lives in a college house. And I was like, no, I am too old for that. I'm getting a hotel. Like I will. Oh wait, did it stop? Okay, but no, I refuse to stay in a college house. I did it the year after I graduated when Zoe was still in college, and I visited her. Didn't love it, and now I'm just too old. I will not stay. If it's gonna inconvenience me in the slightest, I'm just getting a hotel. I can't do it.
You saw in the college house?
It's just not as nice. I don't feel comfortable. Like I need to be comfortable.
That bouginess coming out.
Yes, my comfort is like my number one concern.
Yeah.
I will not compromise that for anything. I will spend money for it. I will inconvenience other people, but I need my comfort. I'm too old to be uncomfortable.
You're too old to be uncomfortable.
Yeah, my ripe age is 23.
That makes sense.
I'll be 24 in 2 weeks. Anyways, what's yours? What's your next one?
Like that, or
it can be like that, or it can be whatever you're talking about. Your body's breaking down and your memory is shot down.
My memory is actually really good
for now.
But I would say another thing that's just kind of like I'm just getting into like more like older men activities.
Like your interests are kind of shifting.
Yeah, my interests are just shifting, and that's not something I ever saw coming. Like I still have interest in all the things that I normally have interest in, but like now I'm kind of like a couple weeks ago, I spent like a solid week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, just understanding cars. I didn't grow up with a dad that like taught me anything, pretending to like even how to change oil in a car. That was just nothing I learned. So now I'm in the process of like learning how to change oil, how to change the transmission fluid, how to, take shit apart. There was on my vehicle. My vehicle has 2012 Ford Fusion. In case some of you may or may not have this vehicle, but there's some defaulty things that happens with the vehicle. It runs well overall, but like my driver's side door handle or just any of the door handles, they can be faulty at times. And if you open it too hard, there's like a piece in the door that snaps off. And so whenever you pull the handle, the door doesn't actually unlock. So the only way you could actually unlock the door is you got to pull the unlock switch or whatever it is. Got to pull it and then open the handle. But
from the inside, right?
Yeah. I've seen people, they didn't understand that they could actually do that, and they rolled down the window and they had to open it outside the vehicle. That's crazy. So I had to look up a video, and I just figured out, buy a door handle and replace the door handle. So I just ripped off my door, replaced it, put it back together, and all of a sudden, brand new. So I was just really happy about it, and it just kind of, maybe it's that masculine urge or something, but like I just started getting into other like car shit,
and then it saves you money too.
It saves you money. Speaking of money, so my most recent project in my car is this thing called what's it called? Evaporator temperature sensor in my car. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but basically I can't get cold air. So I had to deal with that for like at least a year or two, and I didn't know what the issue was. And then I found the issue, saw a YouTube video, and I saw them how to do it properly. Now I wasn't going to take off my entire fucking dashboard because that's the proper way of doing it. You have to remove everything on the dashboard. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. Then I thought, take it to the dealership.
The dealership.
The dealership. They said that the cost for that is between $900 to $1,200. Now the problem with that is the part for the evaporator sensor is like $33. So who's going to take their vehicle to a dealership to replace that $33 part? Not me. Oh, I'm not doing that. That's crazy. So I was like, all right, well, I'm not doing that either. So the other option was a roundabout way. Some could say it's a little janky.
It is.
But it got the job done. And in the process, I fixed my AC.
I helped.
She did. She gave me some good pointers. Cut up my hand a few times, but overall, I just felt like,
oh, put some hairs in your chest.
But anyways, what is something that I'm too old to do?
So you wouldn't mind staying in the college house? Are your standards that low for yourself? No, I'm just kidding.
I guess it depends. Like, what am I staying in a college house for?
You're just visiting for a wedding and you need somewhere cheap to stay.
I could care less.
Okay.
I really could care less.
How about vacations? I think that's what we're talking about again too.
Vacations is different. I'm bougie.
Okay, so like, let's say you would.
I like nice things.
Yeah. So when we went to Vegas, well, we went to Vegas with Zoe, but Zoe was suggesting if we were going on a vacation in the future, she likes to bring oatmeal packets. Is to have a breakfast in the hotel to save money. And it's like, if I'm on vacation,
it's cost efficient.
It is cost efficient. But if I'm on vacation, I would like to have breakfast at the hotel or out somewhere. I was gonna say on vacation. I'm not trying to save money.
I'm not really an oatmeal person though. In general, I'm an eggs guy, and I'm not bringing an egg from one state to another state. Mm-mm. So I just don't have a choice in that endeavor. Mm-hmm. But
obviously, I'm not sitting here acting like I'm swimming in money. I'm not. But if I'm going to go on vacation, I'm going to save the money or be prepared to spend the money on a nice meal.
I think I'm getting too old for arguments. I just don't have it in me. You know? Mm-hmm. If I have a problem with a guy, I just leave it alone. You know? It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Because I think about the outcome. Like, if I get my ass beat, that's embarrassing. And then I got a sore back, sore neck for the next month. It's just not worth it. So I just think, okay, just be mad for a little bit and then move on, or fight this guy and risk hurting something that shouldn't be hurt. Like, even if I win the fight, I'm still gonna be hurting. So
sore neck, back, all that stuff.
Sore neck, sore back, just sore everything. Also, another thing that I realize I'm getting really old is like the way I get in and out of vehicles.
I would saw him
sit down.
Yo, I literally saw him. He wasn't even trying to be funny. He comes to the couch and he's like, you just. There's no lowering.
It's bad on the joints.
He just like just plops himself on the couch. Like, honestly, when I watch you move, it looks like you're in pain all the time. You always look like you're in pain.
Like right now, like my left rib back, like left rib back meat, whatever it is.
Rib meat?
Yeah, my rib meat. This shit a little tender right now. I don't know why. I think I just like, I'm laying on it awkwardly. That's another thing I gotta like keep in mind. Like, if I'm using proper posture, that's like a thing that people don't really talk about until you start feeling the pain of improper posture. So now I'm just kind of like...
Yeah, the other night he fell asleep on the couch, and I was like, I could let him sleep here. But also, I should probably wake him up because he's going to wake up with a bad neck and be upset about it.
Yeah, I would be. Then I'll blame her for it somehow.
Okay.
But, yeah, I don't know. It's just... I guess to me, like, when I get too old for shit, it's mostly just, what are the repercussions of doing something? And is it worth it? Most times it's not. So, yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. But you're gonna be joining me soon.
Soon?
Yeah, your birthday coming Yeah.
No.
I'm gonna try to know right now. Y'all, whoever's 20, 21, 22, 23, maybe 24, y'all gonna realize sooner or later that shit is just...
I refuse. You know how many times you stretch a week? 0. You know how many times I stretch a week? 3. Actually, I stretch every day.
And you still get a sore knee. How do you get sore knee?
I have a bad knee.
You got a bad knee? Where do you get a bad knee from?
I just have a bad knee.
Oh.
Nothing happened. I just have a bad knee.
I have a bad knee.
Okay.
Nothing happened.
Yes, you said you were playing basketball and it popped or something.
But I've always had bad knees. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways. So, y'all gonna deal with this at some point in time. Y'all can laugh. Y'all can call your old people, grandpas, grandmas, your uncles. You know, y'all can make fun of them all y'all want, but when the rabbit has a gun, it's not gonna be funny. It's not gonna be funny. You're gonna be down bad.
When the rabbit has the gun.
I'm telling you. Go ahead, laugh now. Go ahead, enjoy it. Go ahead, enjoy that.
Enjoy my youth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not for long. You remember when you went down and got that seaweed?
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen much
Oh
longer.
my gosh.
Soon
Get
as,
on my hands
soon
and
as
my
the
knees
clock turns 12, yeah,
Oh my
it's
gosh.
wraps.
Goodness gracious.
Style. That's another thing that I'm getting too old for. I could care less about style at this point.
I feel like you dress well. You dress
I
yourself
dress
well.
well because I'm just naturally like that.
All
But like,
right.
if I'm intentionally like, I don't intentionally like I used to go out intentionally like, yeah, I'm bringing out my best fit. Now I just don't give a fuck.
Hmm.
I would look like a homeless man every single day.
You look fine. I've never stepped out with you and I was embarrassed, so.
I can't say the same, but like,
Oh
I'm
my.
kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah, you better be.
She's the type of shit
You
to
can
see.
apologize now.
I'm not gonna apologize for that. I said I was kidding. There's no need to apologize.
You know, there's always some truth to jokes. So you just like dressed terribly, so.
I didn't say that.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. No, I didn't. Anyways,
Yeah, good talk.
so think about if you put in the comment section about
Comment down below.
if you've gone to how do you say this, if you've gotten too old to do certain things, or what's your fear of getting too old to do? Like, what is something that you're afraid of being too old for?
Ooh, my knees.
I feel like there are certain activities that you love doing and you're afraid to be too old to do those activities.
Like being on my phone, having neck pain, that would suck.
And you're just proving a point that like you have a short attention span.
What are you talking about? I just answered your question. He's wrong.
Anyways. So yeah, put that in your thoughts.
Yeah. I think that should be. Oh, let's play the game.
Oh shit! Yeah. All right, so little thing at the end. I know I'm making you guys think a lot, but if you guys can stick with me a little longer here, we're going to play at the end of every episode, or at the end of every few episodes, a Would You Rather.
Well, we're gonna play a game. It's not always gonna be Would You Rather.
I'm gonna play Would You Rather every single time. Now I don't know what she's about to do, but I'm gonna play Would You Rather every single time. And so this one is gonna be a little nasty. I apologize, but I felt like this was a good one to think about. I hate Would You Rather, so that's just easy to answer. So my question to you, to everyone back at home. Would you rather find a rat in the kitchen or a roach in the bed?
A rat in the kitchen. There's no way I could sleep in that bed again. What if it's in the mattress? No. Rat in the kitchen. Oh my gosh. My bed is my sacred space. I can't have anything compromising that. Absolutely not.
Okay.
What's your answer?
It's definitely, I would rather have a rat
in
the kitchen.
Okay.
And I even expanded it to like thinking like, would you rather have a rat in your house or a roach in your house?
Yeah. I feel like maybe rats are easier to catch. And there could be so many more roaches around. You know?
Yeah, I'm thinking like roaches can be in like clothes. I feel like I could easily spot a rat.
Yeah.
Before I could easily spot a roach.
Yeah.
And just being caught off guard.
Yeah.
Would be nasty.
I've never dealt with either. That'd be so scary.
I've dealt with like mice.
Oh.
Yeah, that shit wasn't fun.
I think growing up in our apartment we had mice, but like I was a kid, so it wasn't my responsibility.
And it wasn't because we had a nasty home, by the way. It was because our home was old. This was like a long time ago. This was like 6 or 7 years ago.
How you live.
Yes, you have. Anyways, it ain't bringing in mice. Ever since I moved, I've never had a mice since.
A mice since.
I don't care. I said that shit
with your chest.
I said it with my chest. But yeah, so yeah, y'all can think about it. That one person who would take a roach over a rat, please, just
get some help.
Think about your decisions.
Your morals.
Maybe it's a sign of trauma, and you just need to really like figure that out.
Do a deep dive.
And maybe we could help you. You know, we love deep diving in things.
We as in he, him.
Yeah, I could talk all day about serious stuff.
Yeah, you got like 20 minutes. Honestly, I'm surprised we're talking this long. I got like a 20-minute conversation max. But we were changing.
Once again, short attention span.
Allegedly, he alleges that I allegedly have a Alleged.
Short attention span. You want to tell them how long I initially wanted the podcast to be?
Yeah, you wanted to talk for like an hour and a half. Honestly, we're pushing an hour and a half at this point.
2 hours. Hour and a half to 2 hours. That's what I was thinking. That's all the podcasts I listen to. They're about an hour and a half to 2 hours.
But you're like doing stuff when like you.
I've done it while I was sitting here.
And well, some people are not like you. Anyways, thanks for.
Oh my god!
But you got me here sitting for like at least an hour and 15. So yeah,
you know, some. Anyways, thank you guys for joining the lounge. This is our first episode, so please, bear with us here. We're still kind of working through the kinks of how we want to do things, but not too bad start. I think
cool.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, you do all right.
You're
gonna compliment me now?
Huh?
You're gonna compliment me now?
Oh yeah, you did pretty good. I give you a solid like B.
I was a straight A student in
well,
college.
Not today. School. You're a B.
B plus.
I don't know about that. You give me a little bit too much sass for that plus.
You were sassy.
Anyways, comment, subscribe, hit the link.
What link?
I don't know. I'll see you in the next episode.
Yeah. See you then.
Peace out.
Thanks for watching. Bye.